meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. Fine evening. Would you please stand for the pledge of allegiance?
Yes, I will.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Cross back on. Oh, so yeah. So just kind of,
Hi.
good evening.
My name is Mike Hall, for those that don't know me, and I have James Larry and Brandon Kim with me. And here, the reason we're here today is because we would like to have you consider and have the FFA an active club within the school. And so I have a 26 here that you guys want to take go one way and then go the other way and then around. I just got back from Ag Teachers Conference at Camp Bowley or Kogan, where 80 ag teachers from around the state got together. We had some professionals come in and do some workshops, and we also had some teachers give some presentations as well. And it's just, I tell you, it's really invigorating to go for something like that, that type of program. And it's through NAAE, or NYAAE, which is the Ag Teachers Association. FFA is a integral part of the FFA program. You can't have an ag or FFA program without an agricultural program within the school. And it's something that's been around since 1936. It's mainly guys, all it was in the beginning, and now it's integrated, so it's about 50-50, roughly. If you look on the top, you can see there's, the number of members that's nationally there, close to 600,000. And within New York State alone, there's close to 4,000 members that are there. There's about 80 schools that have an ag program, but there's about 120 ag teachers in the state. So some programs have as many as three teachers. The program itself really is pretty good because it's all about these guys, and the focus is on the students. So they can, there's a lot of competitive stuff they can do, that like the speaking contest, there's leadership contests such as Parley Pro, there's the interview contest, but there's also contests like veterinary science, there's mechanics contests that you can have at the state fair or at the Empire Farm Days or at the state convention. So there's several programs that these kids can go to. One that we went to in January was called 212-360. 212 was for like 7th, 8th, 9th graders. 360 was for the higher up high schoolers. And it was all about personal development, growing up as becoming mature and stuff. So can you imagine, all these guys here with blue jackets like that, girls and guys, and you have, how many guys were in the 360?
A lot of them.
Yeah, they were packed in a room that just wasn't big enough for them to be able to fit in. And, they're all working together, and they spend a couple nights together and getting to know one another. And it's a great place where they can meet other people around the state that are interested in agriculture. And so FFA really does have a lot to offer. So we do a couple fundraisers, the apple and the orange in the fall, and it's basically all we do except for the milk vending machine. We've gone to the 360 this year. Every other year they offer a government awareness program in Albany. Brandon and Skylar Cross went to that this past February, and that was just awesome. We got to talk to the state senators and about some issues. It was just really interesting to be able to see the sessions that were around. And again, a bunch of FFA people were there. We didn't just go to watch, we went to learn. And Brandon can speak about that in just a minute. Within the school here, the FFA holds the petting zoo, and it really affects kids. We pass out buttons, and I've got kids that have 6 years worth of buttons, coming up through. And it means an awful lot to them. The FFA also sponsors the fourth graders to go to the Cornell Cooperative Extension farm days and stuff, and we've done that for several years now, because we feel like that's something important. We also have summer camp, and we have been going to the county fair to do activities. For me personally, being able to meet other ag teachers, in fact, one of the ag teachers came home with me last Sunday night, spent the night with me. This is a guy from Fillmore, which is over in Western New York. And so I showed him the ag program that we have here and stuff, and it's kind of neat how we can, we do similar things, but we've got different setups, and it's really neat to be able to have that camaraderie, I guess, sometimes with other ag teachers, because I'm kind of off in my little corner there all the time, and I like to be able to see that. But even within that workshop, because of, we have an FFA club, this little kit here that costs $150 was given to us, and it's like an ethanol kit. So when I do my ag mechanics class now, we can take gasoline, we can test it for how old the gasoline, what the percentage of ethanol is in there, and show them how ethanol really absorbs moisture, and how it makes the rest of the gas that it does burn on really kind of crappy, because ethanol boosts the octane level and stuff. And we were taught by, a SUNY pole skill mechanics teacher to be able to do that, who has a relationship with the company in Texas that makes this, and so, they were able to distribute 100 of these, for free. And, programs like that, it's really benefiting for me. So if we didn't have the FFA, I wouldn't be part of that sort of thing, be able to bring back to the kids, these sort of things. 2 years ago, I got four 13 horsepower snowblower engines. That's like $600-some value to be able to go to that. And now we have consistent engines that we can work with. And so there's a lot of value with the FFA, and, not only from the kids' perspective, but from my perspective. And so I'd like to have Brandon to speak a little bit.
All right. Hi. Everyone knows me, I'm Brandon. FFA really has got me to learn more about agriculture. Like, I know more about GMOs and all that stuff, leadership. I I get to meet new people, make new friends. Seems like a very important thing, and it boosts your confidence. And I think myself, it's a really good program for kids in the future to get into.
Paige is my treasurer, and she does an awesome job with that. She's really good. She comes down, what do I have to do? And she's right on it and stuff. And I really appreciate her, what she's doing. I don't know if you want to say anything. But she's taken some of my classes too. But really, we're here to talk about the FFA, not just the ag program. So, not to take any more of your time, but I'd really like you to reconsider and keep the FFA within the group. Because we touch kids that don't do anything else in the school other than FFA. There's several kids in the program that do that. So there's a lot of value to it. I really feel that. We've had it for quite a few years. It's worked well. Do you folks have any questions?
Where does the welding occur? Is that in one of your classes or at FFA?
The welding?
Or do you still do welding?
That's one of my classes that
Oh,
I
that's one
offer.
of your classes.
Yeah. Now, with FFA, there are welding competitions that you can go to.
Oh,
But not all my people that come into my classes are FFA members. Some ag programs automatically make every person that comes into the class an FFA member. So what they do is they tend to draw some the best students and then just go to the competitions, but they're not really FFA members, you know what I mean? But the ones that we have, we get together, and we usually meet once a week, and so we prepare for the conventions that we're going to be going to. We prepare for the petting zoo, and then sometimes we're just hanging out too and just doing some stuff. It's not high stress, but it gives them focus and something to look forward to.
Did you figure out what it costs to run your program?
As far as the school cost or my
Yeah.
cost?
I guess both, because
Well, the membership cost isn't that much, about $15 per person. And so the money that we raise covers that. The money we raise also covers the registration fees for any of these workshops that we go to. And most of the workshops that we go to, we pay for the transportation to go as well. So when we go to the state convention, there's a whole group of ag teachers in St. Lawrence County and some in Jefferson County, we actually rent a tour bus, and so we, you know, each member pays, $70 or something like that for the transportation costs. And then we pay for our lodging as well out of that. There are days where that happens during school days, so the school has been gracious enough to pay for the sub. And that usually, I don't know, maybe 4 times, 5, it depends on the year, how many days that is, so there is a cost to the school. And sometimes the school has, like when we went to Albany, they allowed me to use the van, so we just had to pay for the gas in the van, and that worked really well. Other schools have like 4 or 5 of those vehicles for them to be able to pass around. So like when we had the convention here just this past weekend, a lot of people were driving the school's vans to their work and stuff, and to the convention. And they take their students to the conventions because transportation costs are expensive now, they're just huge. And so their school helps them out that way. But as far as, as far as the cost of the school, other than the subbing, there really isn't that much of a cost that I can think of. We pretty much cover ourselves, we're self-sufficient.
Was there a line item in the budget? Do you remember what that line item?
1725,
$725.
That would be my summer program you're talking about.
yes.
So that's gone. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about keeping the FFA club in existence.
Do we know what that,
I'm sorry.
do we know what that cost would be to
What it did when we cut the club, we cut everything,
Okay.
FFA.
the?
And Mike had never expressed anything, he didn't realize that when one thing went, that everything went with it.
Mhm.
Which is why he expressed interest to have the club brought back.
So I think if we could get kind of an understanding of what the cost to the district would be for that portion, and give us some information we can use to,
It's really new.
if it's a minimum
Well,
cost,
it's,
and the school can afford it, I personally, I'd say go.
Well, there is, I could, within the contract, because I meet once a week, I could put in that after-school cost. That's, $40 or something like that for each day that we met. But for the 2 years I've been able to do that, I haven't done it, volunteered that time to maintain the program. And because I know that you folks are dealing with a lot of cost cuts and stuff like that, and I'm willing to do that to keep the cost, because I see a value in it for these guys here.
So by doing that, you can keep the program?
The club or the program?
The club program, the club, excuse me.
You would maybe not only as a teacher, she excusing that $43 a night.
Right. So I have the right to choose that, but I also have the right to not use it, is what I'm saying. And so I've done that for 2 years, and I'll just continue to do that, because it's worth it. Other schools, teachers, ag teachers are given a stipend up to like $4,500 to run their clubs. And other ones are only given, as much as $500. So it varies, from school to school, how they have that. That's not the summer program, that's just the, yeah.
So what part of our budget got, took out FFA?
When we got rid of the summer program, the entire FFA went with it.
That's the summer ag, you said?
Yes.
Somewhere around there.
I mean, summer ag, Mike was cut to part-time, the whole program was basically trimmed or cut to some degree.
Just in the sense of fiscal responsibility, if we knew what the program cost on a club basis, we could consciously say that's reasonable or it's not, and agree that we all agree or disagree or whatever. Certainly something we look into, absolutely.
Okay, no, I appreciate your concern.
If it's a minimal cost, we think
I think that extra community.
Absolutely.
Program is a good program.
absolutely. I personally see the value, but just in the name of fiscal responsibility, we can understand what the exposure to the district is, and we can all consciously say that we can manage that. Yeah. So we'll get those numbers and have a discussion, and let you know what we think.
Okay, appreciate that.
No, is that reasonable?
Yes, that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust you guys.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yep.
Looks good, like you, Brian.
But it's off.
Yeah.
You might take a bath.
He's taking out. Yep.
Were we gonna have
Two
a
really young men.
pre-audit conference?
He met with the audit committee
Oh,
prior
okay,
to it,
okay,
so that's all we ended up doing.
okay,
I think that the emails kind of got misunderstood.
okay, that would be perfect. Very good. Can I get a resolution to approve the minutes of June 10th, 2014?
I'll
None? Joe? Questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? The motion is carried. Can I get a motion to accept the following warrants on file?
I'll move.
Carried.
second, Reg.
Thank you. Questions or comments?
I got a question on expenditure for Dell. What did they buy from Dell? Page 5?
Over 200.
We bought computers from them. They were part of the Microsoft grant.
Hmm?
I think it's because of the
Microsoft grant.
Oh, Microsoft, man.
We will get reimbursed eventually, but you have to put it out first.
What was the cost there? What was that?
18,000.
Yeah.
Dude, you get 1,000 Dells.
As you can tell, you're infidel here.
Thank you.
Well, you've got, with the grant, we got hardware and software money, and you have a year to spend it. So, software has proved more difficult, much more difficult.
Yeah.
Hardware is very dangerous.
Any other questions? That's Tom. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion is carried. Can I get a motion to accept the claim audit report dated June 18th? Tom?
I'll second.
Tom?
What time?
Tom Holmes? Questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I get a motion to transfer the amounts indicated from the following reserve accounts for the proposed statements?
I'll
Purpose,
move.
I'm sorry, purpose stated.
I'll move.
Carried, thank you.
I'll second.
Lynn, any questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Can I get a motion to approve the following planned mergers with the district stated for the 2014-15 school year at no expense to the district?
So over at Reg.
Second, Chris.
Chris? Questions or comments?
It's with, did you say who?
How many?
That I don't have. It says, for the one school, it was undetermined.
Last year we had one.
The other was 3 from Harrisville. But Clifton Fine is still undetermined. But if they didn't get it turned in now, they couldn't do it. So that's why we said, submit it, and then if you have someone, we're set.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion is carried. Taking a motion to declare the library books as obsolete to allow for their disposal.
I'll second.
Questions or comments? So you, how do you dispose of them?
Yeah, that was my question.
We put them on a little rack and say if kids want them, they can take them.
Who
newspaper that comes out, and they did have an article in there on electronic cigarettes, and they were recommending that schools add it to their board policy manuals. And I do think this is a good idea. When I was doing luggage check for the seniors, I actually had 4 or 5 kids who were attempting to take electronic cigarettes with them. So I just want to kind of throw that out, that maybe in the future we should revisit this issue, and
those policy reviews.
and it lists the policy numbers in here and everything,
Excellent.
so.
Okay, very good. Do you remember, to remind us of that?
Yes, I will, I will.
Do you need it done sooner?
No, I don't think so. I mean, especially now that we're not going to be in session. We made it this far. The kids didn't argue with me or give me any grief about it, but then when I saw that, it reminded me that probably we need to make some adjustments, because I'm sure adults, that may become popular with, another generation, so.
It's one of those gray areas now, but it's soon to be.
I don't know, because a lot of places are banning them just across the board, because they still set off smoke alarms. They say they don't, but I've been to a lot of calls, people hiding in the corner underneath the smoke detector, because they're trying cigarettes, they just set them off, so.
Right, and I can see maybe at basketball games, somebody stepping in, just to help prevent any of those issues. If we have something in writing ahead of time, I think for next school years, we should probably start with something like that.
Very good. I agree. End of the year going around, everybody's happy.
There are lots of paperwork, everybody's finalizing everything, schedules are pretty set. In the elementary, we had recently a Flag Day character ed ceremony on the 13th, and it was just phenomenal. The kids did some incredible work. Cheryl Doyle had worked strongly with the kids, with music and songs, going along with a lot of character ed, leadership and such. Rod Hooper did a ton of work to get all of the slideshows ready, so a lot of work. Samantha DeLeo had organized the character ed, and the planning team in the elementary had done a phenomenal job. So it was really nice to see the kids on stage and kind of tying it all together, bringing it around, so it was nice.
Congratulations, Saturday night.
Saturday night, 7 p.m.
How are our region scores?
I would say for the most part, we still, I would say, we had a very low scoring group in global history. I've spoken with the teacher. We have a plan in place for next year. Very excited to say, though, our math A2T scores were fantastic. We're out of this world this year. And that was the classroom where we gave them some extra time, and it made a huge difference. So,
Teacher, that,
pardon me?
who's the teacher?
Kelly Casano, she would have been Kelly Shields.
Okay.
So it's interesting, we have actually had several 100s on many of the regions. And Mr. Buckley, who, remembers every small detail, and if you had him as a student, he would tell you rigid scores. He said, it's still today, he had a 100 this year, and it was only in his career the 5th time that happened. So that's not necessarily as common as it might seem, and we had a 100 on several Regents exams this year, so that was very exciting.
Cool.
Very good.
And the grading team worked very well together.
Oh, did I mention how fantastic some of the scores were?
Good. Anything, Ms. Kelly?
Nobody.
For another,
Yes. I have one small thing. The Keppel project, we're going ahead with a bond anticipation notice. So basically, we're gonna bond for a year, and then next year we'll bond the full amount. This will just give us the start of capital. That's gonna take place on July 17th. If you hear anything, we are doing that.
Any staff, instructional facilities, otherwise students that need to be recognized by the board or anything like that as the school's kind of winding down?
We had our words assembled in 7 to 12, we had 2 separate assemblies for 7, 8, and then 9, 12. I feel like, again, some of those students that deserve recognition will be receiving it this Saturday night.
Okay.
We have a couple of retirees, as you know, Mr. Buckley, Terry Remington, Andrew Zoe, and then we also have 2 teachers who are moving on to other positions, certainly will be many new faces in the building next year, at high school at least.
Okay.
How's our budget?
Right now, I'm still in the rough estimates, but we're expecting about 275 to 250. I know it's rough, but we haven't closed all our POs yet, and we've done all my final calculations.
Is that the norm for the last year?
No, last year, but we spent quite a bit more than one, but I was predicting 200 during budget, so it looks a little more than what I was predicting.
So you had a couple dates you wanted us to do interviews for?
Right, unfortunately, when we went to put it in the paper, they didn't go in when they wanted, so our deadline date was originally June 23rd, now they're June 30th. So those who said they would be on committees will hear from us eventually. Amy started hers a little promptly, because I guess I forgot to tell her that it would be in the paper.
We have that in Canada, so.
Yes.
Boy, it was awful small print, they put that.
Where'd you see it?
Yeah, towards the end of the paper. It was
Which paper?
Watertown.
Oh,
But it wasn't over an inch wide, it was hard reading.
you pay by the word.
Yeah,
When you get a certain amount.
Is there a way?
What you saw right there, it's $500.
that's
It
ridiculous.
shows in 34 newspapers, and that right there is $500.
Is there any way you can let us cut here now on the computer?
It's for free, I don't know.
No,
I just know that we use this service called, I can't remember what it's called, and it goes in 34 newspapers across the state.
Okay. Is that our country now? I don't think it's that.
Yeah.
We did just today post for the only real positions that we have left are varsity volleyball and modified volleyball. So we did just posted those in the paper for 2 weeks, because we do not have coach. Some of the other positions we'll talk about later. We have people interested, but they're not coaches yet, so we will not appoint them until they have done their necessary work.
Okay. All righty. Anything else before we go to executive session? Okay, can I get a motion to enter into executive session